Have you ever played one of these games on Roblox and wonder how the guns work or how the movement works or throwing grenades and whatever, and how is it that optimized? Well, today I'm gonna focus on all of this stuff and I'm gonna explain it as easy and brief as I can so all of you guys can understand. First of all, I'm explaining this won't be a tutorial with code, it will be an explanation of how everything works for people that actually wants to learn. I will be responding to comments or my Discord. You got my Discord in the description. And I might make a tutorial in the future, but I am not sure. So, well, let's start with the video. Okay, so view models, as the name says, is a model that you and only you can see, since it's attached to your camera using a render step, which is a function that only works locally. The view model is what handles your gun animations and walking bobs, which I don't really get into today, since it's something more complex. So, also the view model contains the bullet origin, so where the bullet comes out is in your view model using an attachment on the muzzle, as you can see in the screen right now. And this is pretty much everything about view models and how they work. Okay, so now I'm gonna speak about realistic projectiles with gravity and whatsoever. So, whenever you press click, it determines the direction you want your bullet to go from the attachments in the muzzle I showed before. So then we send that information to what we call a caster, which is a render step that traces the trajectory of the bullet by applying an initial velocity which is being reduced over time by a gravity parameter. It may sound hard, but it's really easy to do. And you may ask, why making the bullets local? Well, making the bullets local is gonna make the hit detection more precise and better feeling for the players, since the hit is detected by the client, but then the server will have some checks to prevent cheating and whatsoever. And also, if you were to shoot all the bullets on the server, think that the server will have to create and delete parts all the time and gather their information, and that will lag the server over time when there's a lot of bullets being rendered and whatsoever. And with this already set, we can start with the server side. So let's get into it. Okay, so starting with the server side, you may ask, if the client is the one that handles the bullets and the hit detection, doesn't that mean that anyone can cheat however they want? Well, here's where the server validations comes in. So this is basically when your local bullet hits an enemy, your client sends a request to the server saying, hey, I just hit player B. But the server doesn't just truly trust you blindly. The server performs some sanity checks that verifies if you actually had ammo, the distance, and if it makes sense, if there wasn't a wall between you and other kind of stuff. On top of that, the server uses lag compensation. Since every player has a bit of ping, the server slightly rewinds time to check if player B was actually in your crosshairs when you click on your screen. If all these checks pass, the server finally applies the damage and tells the other players in the game, hey, render this hit effect and update player's B health bar. This gives us the best of both worlds. Smooth shooting for you and fair play for everyone. Also, something I wanted to mention, if you wanted to optimize this even further, you can use something called object pooling, which is basically, instead of creating and destroying bullets constantly, you create a whole bunch of bullets and reuse them. So instead of destroying and creating, what you do is like create it, use it, and when it's unused, just save it for another time to use it again. It's a bit confusing maybe, but this is the simplest way I can explain it. So now, before ending the video, I want to do a brief recap about everything. So basically, the client is the one that draws the view model and calculates the local bullet and the hit detection. The server is the one that validates the hit of the bullet and prevents cheating and applies the damage. And the other clients are the ones who receive the signal from the server to render other people's bullets and whatsoever. And after all this, I think this is pretty much everything you have to know about realistic projectiles, view models, and server validation. If you found this helpful, let me know in the comments. If you like a hands-on coding tutorial, join the Discord, and I might consider making it. So yeah, see you in the next video, guys.